you go. My name is Chanel Gabriel. I'm the executive director at Urban Word NYC. It's a youth organization that does poetry, hip hop, and the arts with young people all over the city. And I bring you greetings from there. But we have an amazing, amazing author. There's going to be a series of readings happening on this stage. So we hope that you will stay here. Whether you're familiar with all of the authors or not, just stay and really learn and get some good books. If you're like me, I'm addicted to books. I'm banned from buying any more books. Okay, I put my own ban on myself. And this book is definitely one I'm excited to hear some readings from. So Kemi Alabi is the author of Against Heaven by Graywood Press 2022, was selected by Claudia Rankin as the winner of the Academy of American Poets' first book award and co-editor of the Echoing Ida collection. Their work appears in The Atlantic, Boston Review, the Breakbeats Poets Volume 2, and elsewhere. Alabi has received fellowships from McDowell, Pink Door, Tin House, and the Sewanee Writers Conference, and Civitella Ranieri. Born in Wisconsin on a Sunday in July, birthday's coming soon. They now live in Chicago, Illinois. Please show some love. Give a round of applause for Kemi Alabi.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. Thank you for getting me out the house. It is so nice to be here, seeing faces. I had this book come out in April, and I've gotten a chance to read from it for virtual audiences, people all over the world, but this is the first time that I have been in the flesh, seeing people's faces, and it's just so beautiful to be here. So thank you to the Schomburg, to all of you for listening, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna pretty much be reading with no breaks, so if you hear something that you wanna respond to, feel free to snap, clap, make some noise, but I'll just be going right through. I'm going to start with one of the first poems in the book. It borrows some lyrics from Saba. Any of y'all know Saba from Chicago? Who goes, there's heaven all around me. And it also borrows lyrics from Nick Hakim. Do y'all know him? Based here in the city, who sings, "What if heaven's right here?" Those words form the first words and the last words of every line in this poem. And it's called Against Heaven. There's earth, amethyst, cherries in heat, trees drooling sugar, midnight's blue song. So what heaven? That kingdom holed by a coy god's touch, where green and the river began. If all Father tells it, first you slave and shiver and shuck and die and die. For heaven's a round back gate to budge loose at the bent speck of you. Lies. No doors, no lines. Look right. Me and mine kissed alive, greening. Curl up and chime against us. The river's born here. This poem was written for a particular US president, but it actually applies to all of them that don't protect me and mine or the rivers born here. It's called We Would Hex the President, but our bloom game too strong. Altar stays red candle cinnamon lit, sweet flicker cracking into prance. Stays portal door warmed ajar, spell flung darkward. Wood, but we so black we lightless. No mirrors, so touch, sound, food, our cedar smoke drumsticks the body back to gospel, drumsticks the body smacked in mouthfuls, the room perfumes with our funk bright wild. Wood, but our skin yams. Plush mothers cackling, juice dripping, and this just our first slow branch ascending. Wood, but neighbors to dine an unstranger, root bind into kin. A nation of Miss Alfred wolf carcass to climb through. Would hex their new head, that never man, rot reeking the soil. But who'd feed these seeds? That wet orange howl, just compost slime, returning. The sky glows red candle, air soots and sludges darkward. Still, our funk bright wild, block by block, our tangling. We would hex the damned born dead, but billions still alive, cord and alive. threshed concave and still sweet flickers. Wood, but who needs these feasts? Who needs these feasts? Who needs these feasts? Not all of us survive. A poem in 2 parts called Black As. First, the wound. Not all of us survived. Grief came home, back to our throats, our lungs. Grief been black, blue black. Tires balled between work and home black. Monday through Sunday, double shifts black. Asked about those visions, if spirits still slicked my mother's sleep, and she said she's too tired to dream, too tired to see nothing but black. Grief came home to our lead-thick water, our Big Mac breakfast greasing the way between work and home black. Begged her to take sick time, but not a day off in 10 years black. Said the place would fall apart without her, but not a raise in 10 years black. Needs the health insurance. Dad used 9 diapers all before noon. Don't make pillboxes big enough black. And the copays alone, not all of us survive. Not all living is surviving. A virus can't take what they already stole: our land, our labor, our language, our magic, our minds, our time, our time. But all my mother's mail tries to tell her what she owes. How much will her burial cost? Death, another debt, black. Grief, a bill where the body was black. News, all markets and borders and shouts, and nothing we can live on. No news, still bad news, black. Learned about the virus on the clock, when the packages he shipped became essential. Learned about the virus when pastor got sick, though he was covered in the blood, though she made 3rd, 4th jobs of prayer. Learned about the virus when the cough came, when the clinic wouldn't answer the phone. Remembered what the ER cost last time, so I just stayed home. When even the stores in the white neighborhoods had nothing on the shelves. When the calls from the cousins up in county came, and even their pitch was a fever. Black is a wound, yes, 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 and black is a portal. Black as portal. And even their pitch was a fever, became essential. Shouts we can live on. A bill the body owes for our magic. All living would fall apart without our black, greasing the way between home and home. Grief, our thick water spirit, vision double, shifts black, mother blue, back home. My mom calls heaven home. We disagree about a lot of things, but I appreciate that stance. So this poem is for her. It's called Voice Clear As. When my mom discovers heaven's just a noise festival, the God choir of all her loves breathing, unsnagged by asthma or Newport dragged lung. The true song life makes, untethered from a body, tugged at last from the men who hold its reins. Will she blame her pastors, like I did, for Sunday portraits of pooled white gold? Will she miss the wooden flute of her body, mourn the days corner-propped, cloaked in dust, too pious to disturb a room's skin cells and stray hair with her sound, snapped awake at the nightmare of a slip fringe, the private note sung aloud, or unburdened by hell, will she exhale and hear the bells. Voice clear as. Speaking of bells, this next poem is a wedding, or what we unlearned from Descartes. He was a philosopher who theorized a distinction between the mind and the body, and I've had to work a long time to unlearn that. A wedding, or what we unlearned from Descartes. Beloved, last night I doused us in good bourbon, struck a match between our teeth, slid the lit head lip to chest, throat zippered open and spilling. Our union demands a sacrifice. Take my masks, my wretched, immaculate children, sharp smiles bored with cavities, braids thick with hair slashed off lovers as they slept. The masks grew limbs and danced, so last night to the fire. Plank pushed, cackling as they bubbled and split. Then dreamless dark, then mercy. Somehow morning reached for me. Sun found us swaddled in sweat through sheets, gauze and salve while night wore off. Oh body, always healing despite me. Oh body, twin spy, tasked against my plot to rush the dying. Guardian of the next world's sweets, yes, I'll lick the salt. Yes, I'll wait our turn, because today we hold hands, mother each other, bathe in warm coconut oil. Our union, our long baptism, oh body, all I forced you to know of thirst. Yes, body, you are owed a whole lake. Yes, body, I kiss our wrists, hold them to our ears, and spend our days losing to the waves. I have 2 more poems before I get to chat. Both of these poems have the same title. This book, Against Heaven, has 5 title poems. I started with the first, and I'm gonna end with 2 of them. Y'all know that Sade song where she goes, if you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. What a statement. That's wild. It's like, really? And do you know that Belinda Carlisle song, ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth, right? So those lyrics make up the first words of every line and the last word of every line in this poem, Against Heaven. If giggle-soaked, Henny leaned, young MA's ooh, sweat down to its naked ooh. You ripen apart till tender queer innards drip and dangle from fuckboy halves. Then baby, were you to waft my way, bright peach begging to cobbler, let heat do what it do. Mine gut-pent and wasted, sun-born to sweet the orchard of you. If forgiveness, uncoupled from the cross at our jugular, was a song we could know. You and I against innocence in a red karaoke duet of fest mess, then what were slights to scar the verses, cheats to bloody the bridge? The chorus, that's mine. There is a balm in Gilead, sticky resin turned perfume, and we've mucked a grove's worth. I clown for you. 2-step to trap, shea buttered, lavender spliffed with you, and ooh, wouldn't we get swept out this Apollo? Ancestors booing our bits, thin heaven. Want a blue blaze snuffed in every realm. To misabolish and refuse your rule is to pawn my only heirloom, blood for Sandman's broom. I toggle fool to fool for a go at mercy. December fists blooming to rainbow strobes. Dance floor, a place to practice mesh and lace and rope and strap, our binding, our betting on heaven as our circling set to crash, ripping pavement up to rewild earth. And the last, Against Heaven, thank you for listening, was inspired by filmmaker Tourmaline, who said, when we say abolish police, we also mean the cop in your head and in your heart. Against Heaven. I used to pray to a man-faced God, kept his whip beneath my bed, set alarms for daybreak lashings, pressed white cotton to the flay, made flags of the blood soak, raised them from my window, called this worship, dreamt heaven a jury small as a county where nobody looked like me. Winged bailiffs plucked my cuffs to trap my cousin in a hot coal cage, called this roulette freedom, licking my raw wrists. Witch kill blew my tatters down, peeled me to the blackest jade, remothered me to the squad car blaze, loot and shard my siblings now. Witch kill, forgive me. I feared the devil's prison, misfaithed the sheriff in the sky. Why? Witch kill. Forgive me, family, I miscountryed, our swarming anthem of my only homeland. Heaven and hell are the same empire, half-slipped, gasping, clutching our hems, ungoverned by the lie. With fists and flames, we cleave. Thank you so much. And now we get to chat. What you want to chat about?
Another round of, ooh, sorry, that was hot. Another round of applause for Kemi. Oh, mercy. Did you enjoy that? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely, your writing was just absolutely beautiful and has always been. So we just have a room for a couple questions, but I guess the first question is, I'm always curious, what made these poems make it into this book?
It's funny. I wasn't sure if I had a full-length collection. One of my favorite poets, Claudia Rankine, was judging the Academy of American Poets contest. And as y'all probably know, of course, she does a lot of writing about race in America, but at the heart of it is a question of Black intimacy and Black loneliness, which is what she talks about in her work. And so I knew that I needed her to read my poems because that's so much at the heart of it. And when I was gathering the poems that became this collection, I saw an old note from myself maybe about a decade ago before I'd written most of these, and it told me, it was me writing to myself, and it said, you have to stop writing about God and sex. And I realized, oh, that's all I've been writing about for the past 10 years. Wow. Wow. So it was when I saw that note and looked at my poems and realized all the ways that they were talking to each other. And when we were at a point where we really had these amazing Black poets who had their hands on the gates, who are the ones inviting people in to publish their first books, Claudia Rankine, Patricia Smith, these were all amazing, legendary Black poets who were judging contests last year. And they are poets that have taught me everything I know. So when those things came together, I thought, okay, yeah, no, it's time to let this out.
Oh, thank you so much. And I guess one other question, a final question. I'm just curious, and I think as writers, I'm a writer as well. How do you pull out of that, of writing on the same topic? Quite a few of us do have that thing that we like to write about all the time. It's in our hearts. How were you able to expand and explore all these other amazing topics from God to politics to queerness to like womanhood? Like there's so many themes in there.
They're all so interrelated to me. When I was also at the time doing movement work, trying to build multiracial movement work cutting across silos. And what we would repeat is what Audre Lorde said. There's no such thing as a single issue struggle because we don't live single issue lives. So as someone in this body where there's so many different levels of policing of this body, so many different levels where that policing then estranges us from one another, cultivates a type of estrangement and loneliness because our systems are designed to keep us separated. It felt really essential to be able to explore everything behind the eye, knowing that it's all interconnected and that as we fight to keep our bodies autonomous, were at the same time, like many of our Black feminist writers before us, understanding that the personal is deeply, deeply political. And it's important to enter through that vantage point of the I, because there are many we's behind the window of the I. Anytime we think we're writing about something intensely personal, there's no way that it is just us moving through that experience, and there's no way that it's not connected to our larger political atmosphere. So it felt important to include all of this because it's not separate.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for expounding upon that. That was definitely words for all of us that are writers. Any writers out there? Yeah, I knew you were here. I knew you were here. Writers are readers. That's the reality. And definitely wanting everyone to please get a copy of Against Heaven. Yes, wave that book, wave that book. Let's give her a round of applause. I'm sorry, them. A round of applause for just being able to read so beautifully to us and for speaking to our souls. So much spoke to me. And I know so much spoke to you all. Is there a place that they can find you, follow you as well, or are you just like, just get my book, that's me?
I'm online at Kemi Alavi, and I'll be signing some books over there if you want to pick up some copies. I know there's a lot of great poetry happening on this stage, though, so you'll find me when you find me. I hope you stay put and check out all of the amazing poetry on the stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We have one more reading happening, so please stay in your seats. Thank you.